What's up, guys? Back for another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you all the accessories I picked up for my Nintendo Switch. I actually had some gift cards for Target and I picked up some stuff at Target. One problem I actually did encounter is that since the Switch is fairly new, I really couldn't find a lot of stuff in stock at almost every retailer. So I'm assuming as time goes on, most likely the retailers will get more items in stock and more things will become available. But at the time of this recording, I just couldn't find a lot in stock for the Switch. But I did pick up some items for my system at Target. Now I am going to show you what I did pick up. Now the first thing I did actually pick up is a case for the Switch, and this is the case I decided to go for. The one I actually decided to go for is the Game Traveler Deluxe Travel Case, and it is an official Nintendo product right there, so it does have the seal of certification. And here's all the details on the back of it. You can pause the video if you would like to read everything about this case right here. Now, there is a lot of different cases, or a couple of different cases you can pick up for the Switch, but I decided to go for this case alone. Now this case will run you roughly $20, but in my opinion I think this is a good investment. And honestly, if you're thinking about taking your Switch around with you, most likely you're gonna want a case, even if you don't care really about protecting it too much, because the Switch is really the first handheld Nintendo console that you're really going to need a case for, because as you know, the Switch is a very wide handheld console, and putting that in your pocket is just going to be a very not the best experience, and it's really going to be uncomfortable if you're trying to take it around in your pocket. And also, even if you don't care about taking it around, unless you have like some kind of bag like a backpack or a purse, it's really no way you're going to be taking this around. So most likely you're going to want a case for the Switch, and like I said, this is the one I decided to go for. Now if you listen on camera, this is a very sturdy case. As you can see, I'm banging on the case pretty hard, and it is pretty sturdy case. Also, if you look on the side, I am actually applying pretty amount of pressure on it. I can definitely feel some pressure. I am applying pretty good pressure, and it's not caving in on me, where I feel like some of the other cases would cave in on you if you dropped it. They did make some cheaper cases for $14, but I didn't really want to go for those. I just decided to go with this one. It does feel like a premium, nice case. Now this company also does make another case which allows you to bring the whole entire console. If you want to bring the dock, a Pro controller, or the JoyCon grip, and the power supply, you can bring everything with you. And honestly, that case is not that big at all. It's only just slightly bigger than this one, which is pretty cool. But the reason I went with this one over that one is because for the most part, when I'm taking this out with me, most likely I'm just going to be taking the console itself, the actual Switch itself. I'm not going to need the dock or anything like that. I'm just going to be playing in handheld mode when I take it out. But it's still cool that they have an option for people who want to play this as a console when they're taking it to their friend's house or to a hotel and things like that. So that is going to be an option as well. Now, one thing I did read on the internet that people were kind of talking about is that this case actually has an odor to it, and some people did not like the odor of this case. And I have to admit, and I can confirm, this case does have a smell, but you really can't smell it. At least I can't smell it. The only way I can smell it is if I put my nose up to the actual case, then I can smell it. Now, I would suggest going to a store and trying to smell this if odors bother you, but honestly, like I said, I cannot smell it right now unless I'm actually putting my nose up to it. And also, I'm not sure if the odor is going to be inside the case as well. I will give it a quick sniff to see if it has the odor inside, but I'm guessing over time the smell won't be there the longer you own this thing. Now here's the front of the case. It does have a lot of Nintendo Switch branding on it. So there's Nintendo Switch on the front. It also has a little handle, so you can carry this around with you with a handle. Also, it does have a Switch branded zipper thing right here. So it does have a little bit more branding right there. And here is the back of the case as well. And then on the zipper, it is a red and white zipper. A pretty cool color scheme for the zipper. And here it is pretty much. Let me go ahead and open this up. Now here's the case itself. Yes, I can confirm right now the inside of the case actually has quite a bit of an odor. It's the same odor that's on the outside of the case. But right now, again, I cannot smell it unless I put my nose up to it. So just your standard film. Now this thing does come with a bag, and in this bag you can probably put like the USB Type-C cable, or you could put the JoyCon wrist straps in here or something like that. So you can fit some stuff in this nice little pouch that's included in the actual case. And then we got some more protection for shipment. And then in the bottom of the case you have two game cases, so you can put games in here. It looks like you can put 4 apiece, so a total of 8 games you can bring with you. And this one actually has a micro SD card holder, so you can bring around an extra micro SD card with you right there. And then here is where you're going to want to put the switch system itself, because you can see it does have some indents for the bumpers on the back of the Joy-Con. So this is where the switch is going to sit, because you can obviously see this is the front of the casing right here. So you're definitely going to want to put it right in here. And once you close it down and actually put this bag on it, it should be a fairly nice fit, so you won't have to worry about it getting damaged if you're moving it around. And I assume this case is going to be pretty sturdy. Now, I'm not going to test this case and see if my switch survives, but I'm pretty sure this case is one of the nicer cases out there. And that's pretty much it for this Game Traveler's case. It does feel like a very nice Nintendo Switch case right here. The next item I did decide to get for the system, I did decide to go with this right here. A car charger for the Switch, because a lot of people are talking about you have to use certain car chargers and certain portable battery packs, because the Switch actually uses different voltage than like your standard cell phone or tablet. And if you use some certain USB power banks or use some certain car chargers, it may not actually charge the Switch. That's what I've been hearing all around. And just so I won't run into that problem, I did decide to buy the official car charger for the Switch. And again, this one is an official Nintendo product, so this is one certified from Nintendo. The only thing I do not like about this charger, I don't like that the USB Type-C cable is soldered onto the car charger, which means you cannot remove it if the cord ever gets damaged. But I think I only paid pretty much $10 for this thing, so it wasn't really that expensive at all. Let me go ahead and take it out the box. So here is the charger itself. It goes from a cigarette lighter to a USB Type-C. Here is the USB Type-C, and the cable looks fairly long to where you won't run into any problems if you're trying to charge it in the car. It does look fairly long. So here is the car charger right here, just your standard plug, and then a USB Type-C right there. There's a cable right there. And then the last item I did pick up for my system, I was kind of iffy if I really wanted to pick this item up or not. It was kind of a hit or miss, but also, like I was saying, that a lot of the items were hard to get. They're limited stock or out of stock most places. But I did decide to get the JoyCon charging grip. Here is the JoyCon charging grip right here. Now this is pretty much the same one you get right out of the box when you buy your system, but this has two differences, and I'll explain the two differences after I unbox this. Now on the back it does have some information. Go ahead and pause the video if you would like to read that, but it looks like you can charge your Joy-Cons on the dock itself through the USB ports on the dock, so you don't have to really use a USB wall wart from like your phone or anything to charge the Joy-Cons. You can charge them through the USB ports on the dock. Let me go ahead and open this up right now. So yes, inside this box we do have a USB Type-C cable, and we have the JoyCon charging grip. So here is the USB Type-C cable. It looks fairly long, and it's nice they give us another USB Type-C cable in the box. And then here is the JoyCon charging grip right here. It looks pretty much identical to the one that you do get with your system. I'm going to go ahead and bring over the one that comes with the system out the box. So here's the one that comes out the box. It's on the top, and right off the bat you really can't tell any differences between the two. They mainly look the same, but if I was to flip them over, then you can tell that they are pretty much different. One's a solid black material and one's transparent black, so that means you can see through the casing of the JoyCon charging grip. You can see it is transparent. You can see through the plastic. It is black as well, but transparent black. That's pretty much one of the only differences. And then the main difference is that the charging grip does have a USB Type-C port on the top, whereas the other one has nothing on the top. Honestly, I don't understand why Nintendo didn't include the JoyCon charging grip right out of the box, because they're pretty much identical. They could have easily included this in the box. I guarantee you, if they do make another Switch, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 99% sure on the next iteration of the Switch, they'll probably include the charging one right out of the box on the next iteration of the Switch. So that is coming as well. Now also, I'm not really 100% sure if I want to keep the JoyCon charging grip, because a lot of people are saying that the Pro Controller does get better battery life for one, and it also does feel better in the hands. Honestly, I've put in a pretty amount. I put in a good amount of time with Zelda already, and I can say that using the Joy-Cons with the charging with the grips, it does feel comfortable to me. I've had no problems with it. But honestly, if you were going to spend $30 for the Joy-Con charging grip or just get the Pro Controller, honestly, even though the Pro Controller is a little bit more expensive, honestly, I would think about going with the Pro Controller. One problem I had too with it was that I can't find a Pro Controller anywhere in my town. All of the Pro Controllers from almost every retailer I've looked at so far do not have it in stock. So it's either the Switch is that new, where people are just buying them just because they want to, or people really do like that product that much to where they do actually want the Pro Controller. I can't confirm that, but if I do find a Pro Controller maybe in the next couple of days, I might actually end up returning the Joy-Con charging grip, because $30 is really expensive for what this does. And I've also heard from multiple people out there that the Joy-Cons actually get pretty good battery, where you can go multiple play sessions and not have to worry about the battery. So the battery is not really too much of an issue. So I don't know why I really have that, but that's all the accessories I did decide to pick up for my system. Anyway guys, peace out. I'll see you guys later in my next video. I'm out, guys.